Greetings! The annual stockholders meeting of Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated is scheduled to commence in 5 minutes. The meeting will begin in 3 minutes. The meeting will begin in 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem. Making remarkable strides in the local and regional mining industry, Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated, or FNI, has solidified its position as an industry leader, driving innovation, expertise, and shared values. A publicly listed company in the Philippines, FNI is recognized for its leadership in mining and exporting nickel ores, with significant interest in steel manufacturing, port operations and logistics, ferronickel smelting plant, and cement business. FNI's extensive portfolio of nickel exploration tenements in key mineral regions is supported by its long-standing experience, solid technical expertise, and dedication to environmental, social, and governance, or ESG initiatives. These are the core values that drive the company's long-term vision, ensuring sustainable growth and strategic expansion that deliver lasting value to all stakeholders. With a renewed sense of purpose, FNI embarks on a journey to establish itself as a world-class entity, guided by its new vision, mission, and values, and constantly seeks innovative development options to make significant contributions to sustainable national development. The mission of FNI is clear: to deliver essential metals and minerals required for greener and more sustainable products across various spheres of life. As a leading nickel ore supplier in the ASEAN region, FNI actively seeks to engage in the country's nickel ore processing business in the near term. This strategic move addresses the rising demand for nickel-based batteries used in electric vehicles, providing a more efficient alternative to fossil fuel-powered vehicles. FNI's confidence in the core mining business is evident in the consolidated interest under its wholly owned subsidiary, Platinum Group Metal Corporation, or PGMC. With unwavering productivity, PGMC sets the benchmark for mining excellence, ensuring a steady nickel supply year-round through synergistic operations across FNI's existing mines. Ipilan Nickel Corporation, or INC, in Brooks Point, Palawan, made significant contributions to FNI's strong and stable revenue stream. With an estimated resource of 80 million wet metric tons and a current shipment capacity of 1.5 million wet metric tons annually, INC further plans to increase its production to 3 million wet metric tons per mining cycle, ensuring increased profitability for FNI. And while the demand for nickel surges, creating a promising opportunity for diversification, FNI has long positioned itself to maximize the benefits. FNI's investment in Guangdong Century Qingshan Nickel Industry Company Limited, or GCTN, is aimed at acquiring valuable expertise and experience for establishing a nickel processing plant in the Philippines. With an annual production capacity of 300,000 tons of ferronickel, GCTN spotlights the synergy between Philippine ore mining and Chinese nickel processing, maximizing the ore value and benefiting from operational cost advantages. This partnership strategically aligns with China's position as a top global stainless steel smelter and takes advantage of the robust demand for ferronickel in the stainless steel industry. Building upon the group's commitment to strategic expansion, FNI takes its place at the forefront of revolutionizing the construction industry with FNI Steel Corporation. With the establishment of a state-of-the-art steel rolling mill plant, boasting a production capacity of 1 million tons, this advanced facility is specifically designed to produce high-quality steel bars and other related products, while enjoying preferential tax treatment and incentives as an AFAB-registered company. FNI's strategic diversification into port operations is a well-founded decision, considering the importation of steel and manufacturing of intermediate products to become consumer products. With an annual capacity of up to 3 million metric tons and the ability to handle various cargoes, the Mariveles Harbor Corporation's multi-purpose terminal aims to optimize its port services, including container terminal services. As a dynamic and forward-thinking organization, FNI is committed to achieving sustainable growth while embracing innovation and diversification. With a strategic focus on maximizing nickel value and expanding into value-added processing, FNI is poised to capitalize on the robust demand for nickel and related products. FNI aims to expand its nickel resource and engage in value-added processing, including ferronickel processing, nickel matte processing, battery-grade nickel plant, and steel plant. FNI also seeks to diversify into cement manufacturing, producing limestone, clinker, and more, and plans to expand its logistics business in Mariveles by offering warehousing and container terminal services. As FNI embarks on its strategic plans, the management sets ambitious targets for organizational growth. Over the years, FNI continues to inspire a future where sustainable development and responsible mining practices converge. For 2 consecutive years, PGMC has been honored to receive the highest accolade from the prestigious Presidential Mineral Industry Environmental Award, demonstrating its commitment to excellence and environmental stewardship. PGMC has also earned an Integrated Management System certification for upholding international standards in quality, environmental management, and occupational health and safety. Sharing the same values, Ipilan Nickel has received the Environmental Management System certification. These achievements exemplify PGMC's and Ipilan Nickel's dedication to sustainability and operational excellence. Inspired by its accomplishments, FNI moves forward with confidence, knowing that its new direction will drive the company to even greater heights. With strategic plans and targets firmly in place, FNI is poised to make significant strides towards its vision of becoming a world-class group of companies, leaving an indelible mark as a leader in the industry and a catalyst for sustainable growth and development.
To our stakeholders, looking back on another year of challenges and triumphs, we are proud to say FNI continues journey of commitment to sustainability. While the pandemic and international tensions have our world, we emerged resilient and innovative in bringing wide true matters to our stakeholders. Through our consolidated interests under Platinum Group Metals Corporation in the expansion of our Ipilan Nickel Mine, FNI core business secure consistent supply of nickel ore to meet the growing demand in China in the electric vehicle and EV battery sector. All are main market challenges. Our diversification strategy to support long-term growth leads to significant development in enhancing our exploration activities for new nickel ore deposits, aimed at ensuring sustained production in securing our resources base. Guided by our board of directors, strong governance in strategy foresight remain vital in leading us through a transformative period. Focus on compliance, transparency, and accountability. Our new mission in various have our effort in providing incidence method in minerals for greener product at enhance various aspects of life. Beyond compliance, we set to contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by being strong, resilient, and innovative, and staying true to our commitment to sustainability, constantly improving our processes, actively supporting inclusive progress nationwide, in striving for leadership in responsible mining. Our achievement stands as a testament to the collective effort of the FNI family in the trust placed in us by our shareholders, employers, customers, in the community we operated in. We sincerely appreciate your unwavering support in sharing in future where sustainable development in the responsible mining world toward being positive change for the benefit of our company, our community, in our country. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As authorized by the Chairman and the Board of Directors, I am presiding as Acting Chairman in this annual stockholders meeting of Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated. Welcome, everyone. This ASM is being conducted in a virtual-only format, but we will later have question and answer portion, which is the same as an in-person meeting. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce the incumbent members of the Board of Directors. For your regular directors, we have Mr. Joseph C., Ms. Guzi Fang, Mr. Dennis Alan Ang, Ms. Maribel Bituin, Ms. Jennifer Kwong, Mr. Francis Chua, Mr. Noel B. Lazaro, and myself, Dante R. Bravo. For your independent directors, we have Mr. Edgardo G. Lacson and Mr. Sirio R. Ortiz Luis Jr. Also present is Ms. Everett Grace Claro, FNI Corporate Secretary. I now call this stockholders meeting to order.
Mr. Chairman, before the meeting proper, I would like to inform everyone that this meeting is being convened via Zoom webinar and is being recorded in accordance with the requirements of the Securities and Exchange Commission. You may let us know via chat box if you need the assistance of our technical team for concerns in relation to this meeting's audio and video. Otherwise, we are happy to know that this meeting is audible to everyone. For the meeting proper, we record the names of the directors who are present in this meeting. Our regular directors, Chairman Mr. Joseph C.C., Mr. Dante R. Bravo, Ms. Gusi Fang, Mr. Dennis Alan T. Ang, Ms. Maribel D. Bituin, Mr. Francis C. Chua, Ms. Jennifer Y. Kong, Mr. Noel B. Lazaro, and our independent directors, Mr. Edgardo G. Lacson and Mr. Sergio R. Ortiz Luis Jr.
Ms. Secretary, were appropriate notices of the annual stockholders meeting sent to all the stockholders, and do we have a quorum for this afternoon's meeting?
Mr. Chairman, notices and the definitive information statement of this meeting stating the time, the date, the place, and purposes were given out to all stockholders of record in a manner allowed under the company's bylaws and with the permission of the Securities and Exchange Commission and compliant with Rule 20 of the Securities Regulation Code. Also, SEC Memorandum Circular Number 6 dated March 12, 2020 and SEC Notice dated April 3, 2020. The notice of this meeting was published in the business section of two newspapers of general circulation, the Manila Times and the Malaya Business Insight, both in print and in online formats. The publication dates are May 30 and 31, 2024. The last day of publication was on May 31, 2024, which is more than 25 days prior to this meeting. A certification to this effect was each executed by the Manila Times and the Malaya Business Insight, the publishing companies utilized by the management for this purpose and kept on record. Also, I would like to confirm that the notice of this meeting and the definitive information statement were posted on the company website at www.gfni.com.ph, at the company's PSE Edge profile, and sent to the email addresses of our stockholders of record. I certify that our stockholders of record have been duly notified. In accordance with the guidelines that we have circulated to the stockholders, the last day of the registration of this online meeting was on June 18, 2024. Based on our tally of those who have successfully registered online and the validated proxies and powers of attorneys on hand, present and represented by proxy are 3,633,430,496 out of the 5,125,175,687 common shares issued, outstanding, and entitled to vote, or equivalent to 70.89%, which is more than the majority of the outstanding shares. Wherefore, I certify the presence of quorum for the transaction of business.
Before we proceed further, may we request Ms. Secretary to briefly discuss the rules for the conduct of our meeting today and the voting procedures for our virtual meeting.
Mr. Chairman, the voting rights of each stockholder, the requirements for their participation and voting through remote setup were enumerated in the company's definitive information statement dated June 4, 2024. Let me briefly summarize the rules of conduct of the meeting. Stockholders of record who have completed their registration before June 18, 2024 are allowed to participate in today's meeting and are deemed present for purposes of determining the quorum. The stockholders of record were given until June 24, 2024 to send us via email at asm2024@gfni.com.ph their questions on any of the items in the agenda. In the interest of time and the order of business, questions received on or before June 24, 2024, which we deem relevant to this meeting, will be tackled later, and those sent after the deadline have been sent to the Office of Investor Relations for a response via email. There are only 6 items in the agenda submitted for voting, and these are: 1. Approval of the minutes of the previous annual stockholders meeting held on June 29, 2023. 2. Approval of annual report and audited financial statements as of December 31, 2023. 3. Election of directors. 4. Ratification of the acts of the directors and proceedings of the board of directors, board committees, and management. 5. Appointment of external auditor, SyCip Gorres Velayo and Company. We are utilizing voting in absentia for this meeting, And for this purpose, the stockholders had until June 18, 2024 to cast their votes either by sending us their ballots or their proxy forms at asm2024@gfni.com.ph. Validation of proxies and tabulation of votes were completed on June 22, 2024 by representatives from the Office of the Corporate Secretary and the Stock and Transfer Agent. In compliance with the requirements of the Securities and Exchange Commission, this meeting is being recorded in video and audio format. This sums it up, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Ms. Secretary. Now let us proceed with the meeting proper. Now we go to the approval of the minutes of last year's annual stockholders meeting held on June 29, 2023. Ms. Secretary, were the stockholders apprised of this item on the agenda, and did you receive any inquiry regarding this matter?
Mr. Chairman, copies of the minutes were uploaded to the company's website and included in the definitive information statement. We did not receive any question online or otherwise regarding this matter.
Ms. Secretary, please present the tally of votes for this matter.
The tally of votes and proxies is now shown on the screen. Based on the votes received, the majority of the outstanding shares of the company equivalent to 3,633,430,496 approved the minutes of the annual stockholders meeting held on June 29, 2023, with no votes against or abstain.
Based on the report of our Corporate Secretary, the minutes of the annual stockholders meeting held on June 29, 2023 is approved. Ms. Secretary, let the minutes of this meeting reflect the voting on this matter. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the company's 2023 annual report and the audited financial statements for the period ending on December 31, 2023. On behalf of the management, I will now deliver the President's report on the 2023 business results. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed shareholders and distinguished guests, good day and welcome to the annual shareholders meeting of Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated. As the President and CEO, it is my privilege to present to you our achievements, challenges, and strategic initiatives for the year 2023. This report reflects our unwavering commitment to operational excellence, sustainability, and shareholder value. 2023 has been a year of robust financial performance for Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated. We recorded a significant growth in revenues, achieving a 30.5% increase amounting to 8.8 billion pesos. This impressive growth was primarily driven by the higher volume of medium-grade ores from our Palawan mine, which commenced commercial operations in September 2022 and became a subsidiary in December 2022. Albert Einstein once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." This year, we faced challenges at our Surigao mine due to adverse weather conditions and fluctuating ore prices. Yet, our diversified operations and strategic investments allowed us to turn these challenges into opportunities for growth. Our operating income for the year stood at 2.8 billion pesos, supported by stringent cost management. Although the cost of sales rose to 3.6 billion pesos, reflecting higher contract hire and personnel cost, we maintained stable operating costs at 2.4 billion pesos. This balance was achieved through efficient management of general and administrative expenses and reduced shipping and distribution costs. Net income attributable to shareholders was 1.8 billion pesos with an EPS of 0.30. Excluding a non-recurring gain in the previous year, our net income grew by 3.9% and EPS increased by 5.8%. Our balance sheet remains strong with a net cash position of 1.3 billion pesos, allowing us to deliver enhanced returns to shareholders, including 524.2 million pesos in dividends and a 295.4 million pesos share buyback. Our Palawan mining operations have shown remarkable growth and efficiency in 2023. The mine generated 3.9 billion pesos in export revenues, a significant increase from 157 million pesos the previous year. This growth is attributed to year-round operations resulting in 26 shipments, predominantly of medium-grade nickel ore. We aim to double production capacity from 1.5 million wet metric tons to 3 million wet metric tons for the next 2 years through enhanced operational efficiencies and robust infrastructure. The Surigao mine remains a vital part of our portfolio despite challenges. In 2023, it generated 4.8 billion pesos in export revenues, a decrease from the previous year due to lower ore prices and reduced shipment volumes caused by adverse weather. Moving forward, we aim to increase the shipment of higher grade ores to optimize the revenue and enhance profitability. In our commitment to operational excellence, we have implemented several cost-saving measures and leveraged technological advancements. By centralizing procurement and maintaining our equipment rigorously, we have reduced downtime and optimized costs. Additionally, we are investing in electric vehicles for mining operations, as well as solar power to reduce our carbon footprint and align with our sustainability goals. Our future growth strategy includes expanding our resource base through exploration in regions such as Northern Luzon, Visayas, and additional areas in Surigao. By increasing our resource base, we aim to support the establishment of value-added processing plant in the Philippines. Jochen Zeitz aptly stated, sustainability is not just about doing less harm, it's about doing more good. Our commitment to environmental stewardship is reflected in our adherence to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and our proactive implementation of flood control measures at the Palawan mine. Our commitment to sustainability is reflected in our adherence to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Our operations align with 15 of the 17 UN SDGs, underscoring our dedication to responsible mining practices and community well-being. Our environmental management strategies, guided by the Philippine Mining Act of 1995 and the ISO 14001:2015 standards, ensure rigorous environmental practices. We have prioritized flood control measures in the Palawan mine, safeguarding our operations and reducing environmental impacts. Additionally, our long-term sustainability goals include significant reductions in greenhouse gas emissions, enhancing biodiversity, and promoting sustainable land use. Peter Drucker, the renowned management consultant, once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." At Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated, we embrace this philosophy by investing in advanced technologies, exploring new regions, and expanding our high-grade nickel production capabilities. Our strategic focus on expanding our resource base is a key driver of our long-term growth. In Surigao and other regions, we are actively exploring opportunities to secure additional resources and diversify our geographic footprint. We are also evaluating potential acquisitions of existing mines to rapidly expand our resource base and production capacity. A cornerstone of our growth strategy is the establishment of a value-added processing plant in the Philippines, aimed at producing higher-value nickel products essential for electric vehicles and renewable energy storage. These projects, estimated at more than $1 billion, will be financed through a mix of equity, debt, and strategic partnerships. The nickel market in 2024 presents a dynamic landscape with significant developments in key regions. Indonesia's nickel production surge positions it as a global powerhouse, influencing global supply dynamics and pricing. Despite challenges, the outlook remains strong, supported by drivers such as population growth, urbanization, and the transition to renewable energy. In the face of market fluctuations and regulatory challenges, Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated has demonstrated remarkable resilience. We are confident in our strategic direction and the potential for future growth, driven by our focus on high-grade nickel production, diversification into other nickel products, and exploration of new opportunities. Our commitment to sustainable practices and long-term value creation remains at the core of our operations. Through our proactive approach to risk management and continuous improvement, we ensure stability and sustained performance, delivering long-term value to our shareholders. As we conclude, let us remember that together, we are not just mining resources, we are mining the future. Our strategic initiatives, sustainability commitments, and relentless pursuit of excellence position us to navigate challenges and seize opportunities, ensuring long-term value for our shareholders. Thank you. Ms. Secretary, did you receive any inquiry regarding this matter?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any question online or otherwise regarding this matter.
Let us now proceed to the approval of the company's 2023 audited financial statements as included in the annual report of the company for the period ending December 31, 2023. These reports were annexed in the definitive information statements distributed to stockholders of record and posted on our company's website and the PSE Edge portal. Ms. Secretary, please present the proposed resolution and the tally of votes for this item.
Mr. Chairman, on the screen is the proposed resolution and tally of votes and proxies regarding this matter. Based on the votes received, the majority of the outstanding shares of the company, equivalent to 3,631,272,496, approved the company's financial statements as of December 31, 2023, as audited by the company's external auditors, SyCip Gorres Velayo and Company, and also the annual report of the company, with 0 votes against and 2,158,000 abstain.
Based on the report of our Corporate Secretary, the company's audited financial statements as of December 31, 2023, and the management report as presented is approved. Ms. Secretary, let the minutes of this meeting reflect the voting on this matter. The next item on the agenda is the election of the directors for the ensuing year 2024-2025. The chairman of our nominations committee, Mr. Edgardo Lacson, will present the nominee directors.
Mr. Chairman, in accordance with our bylaws, Manual of Corporate Governance, and the rules of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the following stockholders were duly nominated to the Board of Directors of the Corporation for the ensuing year 2024-2025. For regular directors, our nominees are Mr. Joseph C. C., Mr. Dante Bravo, Ms. Gu Shifan, Mr. Alan T. Ang, Ms. Maribel D. Bituin, Mr. Francis C. Chua, Ms. Jennifer Y. Kong, and Mr. Noel B. Lazaro. For independent directors, our nominees are Mr. Sergio Ortiz Luis Jr. and Mr. Edgardo G. Lacson. The Corporate Governance Committee of the Board ascertained that the 10 nominees, including the 2 independent directors, are qualified to serve as directors. All nominees have given their consent to their respective nominations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lacson. Ms. Secretary, did we receive any questions on the lineup of nominees for the board?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any question online or otherwise regarding this matter.
Ms. Secretary, please present the tally of votes regarding this matter.
Mr. Chairman, after tallying the ballots and votes of proxies received and considering further that there are only 10 nominees for the 10 seats in the board, we would like to report that the nominees are effectively elected as directors of the company for the ensuing year. The proposed resolution regarding this matter is shown on the screen.
Based on the report as presented by our Corporate Secretary, I declare all the above-named nominees as duly elected members of the Board of Directors of the company for a term of 1 year and until their successors are duly elected and qualified. Thank you for your confidence in us, and may I now take the pleasure of presenting to you the company's newly elected members of the Board of Directors. The next item on the agenda is the ratification of the acts and proceedings of the Board of Directors, the Board Committees, and the Management. Ms. Secretary, please present the proposed resolution for this item.
Mr. Chairman, our Board of Directors and Management seek ratification of all the acts and resolutions of the Board, the Executive Committee, and other Board committees exercising powers delegated by the Board, which were adopted from June 30, 2023 until today. These acts and resolutions are reflected in the minutes of the meeting, and they include the election of officers, members of board committees, the appointment of attorneys and facts and authorized signatories, treasury-related matters, declaration of cash dividends, and matters covered by disclosures to the SEC and the PSE. Stockholders' ratification is also being sought for acts of our officers performed in the general conduct of our business or in accordance with the resolutions of the board, the executive committee, and other board committees, and our bylaws from June 30, 2023 until today. These acts were performed to implement the resolutions of the board or its board committees or part of the general conduct of business. Mr. Chairman, we will now show on the screen the board resolutions we submit for ratification of the stockholders.
Ms. Secretary, did you receive any inquiry regarding this matter?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any questions online or otherwise regarding this matter.
Ms. Secretary, can you present the proposed resolution and provide a tally of votes for this item?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, on the screen is the proposed resolution and tally of votes and proxies for this matter. Based on the votes received, the majority of the outstanding shares of the company, equivalent to 3,631,272,496, ratify the acts of the Board of Directors, the board committees, and the management from June 30, 2023 up to the present, with 0 votes against and 2,158,000 abstain.
With the majority of the outstanding shares voting in favor of the matter, the acts of the Board of Directors, the board committees, and the management from June 30, 2023 up to the present are ratified. Ms. Secretary, let the minutes of this meeting reflect the voting on this matter. The next item on the agenda is the appointment of our external auditors, SyCip Gorres Velayo and Company, as independent auditors of the company for the year 2024-2025. Mr. Jose Pepito Pep Sabat is recommended to be the partner in charge of SGV and Company. May we now hear from our Audit, Risk, and Related Party Transaction Committee, headed by our independent director, Mr. Sirio Ortiz Luis, Jr.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In accordance with the company's Manual of Corporate Governance as of September 1st, 2020, the Audit, Risk, and Related Party Transaction Committee is tasked to select and evaluate the external auditor of the company, and which is thereafter endorsed to the Board of Directors and presented to the stockholders for approval. After careful deliberation on the evaluation of the performance of SGV and Company for the past years, the quality of their audit work, the size of their firm, their competitive fees, and their reputation, we have endorsed to the board the appointment of SGV and Company as external auditor of the company to audit the calendar year 2024. Mr. Jose Pepito Peps is Sabat III is recommended to be the partner in charge of SGV and Company, and we are now presenting it for ratification with the stockholders.
Thank you, Mr. Ortiz Luis. Ms. Secretary, did you receive any inquiry regarding this matter?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any questions online or otherwise regarding this matter.
Ms. Secretary, please present the proposed resolution and provide the tally of votes for this item.
Mr. Chairman, shown on the screen is the proposed resolution for this matter, along with the tally of votes and proxies received for this agenda. Based on the votes received, the majority of the outstanding shares of the company, equivalent to 3,633,430,496, approved the appointment of our external auditor, SGV and Company, to audit the calendar year 2024. Mr. Jose Pepito Peps E. Sabat III is recommended to be the partner in charge of SGV and Company.
With the majority of the outstanding shares voting in favor of the matter, the appointment of SGV and Company as independent external auditor of the company to audit calendar year 2024 is approved. Ms. Secretary, let the minutes of this meeting reflect the voting on this matter. We have discussed all the items on our agenda. May we inquire from our Corporate Secretary if there are other matters which the stockholders wish to bring up?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any question from our stockholders.
If there are no more questions or matters for discussion, I now call this meeting for adjournment. Thank you, dear stockholders, for participating and attending this meeting. This meeting is now Adjourned.